What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 84, I think, of my Total Warhammer 3 Zhatan the Black Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we are still heading towards the end of the campaign here, the endgame scenario, and we have knocked out Volkmar the Grim in a nice little one-on-one for Zhatan, because, you know who needs more buffs? It's Zhatan and his army. That's who needs more buffs. Grimsbane has now been acquired, and that makes all of his Infernal Ironsworn that much stronger, though the new ones are still not at rank 7, because, well, there hasn't been enough fights for him to actually properly level them up. They'll level quickly when it comes time to kill off Thorek. Anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this time, well, not much to say. There's lots, so let's just jump right into it. Who wants to go where, I guess, is the question. We should probably send Raider the Scourger to El Haik, so let's get him there, and we will use him to occupy it at tier 5. Doesn't mean we'll keep it, because we'll probably trade it to our awakened friends, because we want them to join a bunch of wars, namely against the elves and stuff. Not that this isn't a great province, mind you, but, you know, we don't really need provinces. We don't really need anything anymore. Just to build stuff that's expensive and defensive, and anything that really does take one turn. There you go, good enough. We maybe didn't even need to build all of these, but whatever. Whatever, it's all good. We'll trade El Haik to these guys once we have destroyed the rest of them. Also, last episode, we finally unlocked Total War, maximum active Hellforge Forgecraft options +2, which means it is time to start actually spending our armaments. Granted, we are still spending armaments every turn. We're down to 5.6k only, and we're at 15,000 per turn. Let's see what this gives us. So we'll start with the cheap stuff first, and just to see how, let's see, we got 45 of these, okay, not that cheap. Only 22 of these, okay, so we could easily do that one and that one. Let's do Kadai, Flying Monsters, and Missile Infantry first. We'll leave the War Machines 75 and the Melee Infantry last, because there's 150 of them and it's going to get expensive. Let's see, Flying Monsters, because you're cheap. Now, you don't automatically have Frenzy, which means we should probably get your Frenzy, but let's just double check what else we have here. Vanguard Deployment ain't bad. Stock ain't bad. Ooh. On the big monsters? I gotta say, that's pretty tempting. Frenzy is an easy buff, so we'll definitely take that. We have the Black Shard Armor +25 and the Missile Resistance. Yeah, those are pretty necessary. Though, to be fair, I'm just wondering, if we use stock, will we still need the missile resistance? Well, probably. Barrier isn't too bad, but once they're in melee combat, it's unlikely to recover, but it is a fairly considerable buff. And then lastly, there's Murderous Charge, which is good, both the mass and the charge bonus increases, but on the other hand, they're already going to be pretty strong in those, so I'm not entirely sure whether this is actually all that worth our time. So it's basically barrier versus stock versus murderous charge. I'm gonna say just take the barrier for now, but I might swap it out to stock or murderous charge later, depending. And it'll make these guys a little bit stronger. Alright, that puts these guys up to 15 or 1600 per turn, so we're at 15,000 now. And with this, we're down to 14. Okay, so these guys are the cheap ones, or one of the cheap ones, so they ain't so bad. 3 turns until we can redo those. Next up, we are going to do the Kadai. Perfect Vigor, Missile Block Chance, there's some good stuff in here. Forge Fire, Missile Resistance, more Barrier, and Devastating Flanker. Good for the Kadai Fireborn. But honestly, we don't really necessarily have to use them to flank enemies anymore. They're just too strong at this point. Let's get Perfect Vigor, because it's decent, though it's not as strong in this as it would be in SFO, and they are often targeted by enemy missiles, so let's get Missile Block and Missile Resistance. Then Barrier hit points. These guys will probably never recover their barriers, because they're probably just going to get knocked down. So this is basically an 800 hit point increase, which isn't horrible. But for example, on the Kadai Destroyer, yeah, it's not that much at the end of the day. Forge Fire is a -15% armor reduction around them, and I think that's what we're going to do. It's a fairly strong debuff, especially when combined with other armor debuffs. Kadai, apply. Alright, now we're down to 13,000. Ooh. Yeah, we definitely won't have enough to upgrade everybody. But it is what it is. That's... Next, let's do the Bull Centaurs. And what do we have here? Ah, definitely Hellforged. That's an easy take. Murderous Charge, maybe on these guys. It might be worth it. Vanguard Deployment, not too bad either. Oh, man. I'm very tempted by the Vanguard Deployment, I gotta say. We're gonna keep Blood Greed. Barrier, another 800 hit points on them as well, but they do have Strength from Flesh, so they do have regeneration, so the 800 hit points may not be that crazy. Although barriers are good. Now it's making me think that maybe we're better off getting like Barrier instead of Perfect Vigor or something on these guys. I'll think about it. Devastating Flanker. These guys do flank periodically, but I think that we can get a lot of bonus out of the Murderous Charge, because some of them will always be charging directly into units. So let's go Murderous Charge. And Cause Terror, also quite nice. I'm tempted to get Vanguard Deployment, though. The ability to deploy a bunch of Bull Centaurs behind an enemy army seems pretty crazy, doesn't it? Especially for, like, Astrogoth's army, where these armies or these units would normally be, like, running towards the army and under artillery fire. That seems quite strong. We do have to give up some good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff in this. I'll think about it once again. If we need to readjust, we'll readjust. And you guys let me know what your thoughts are about the options here. At the very end of the day, Strength from Flesh, Hellforge, and Blood Greed are the only ones that are super necessary. I like Vanguard Deployment, but it also isn't crazy necessary, and same with Murderous Charge. Just these three. Otherwise, we can do anything. And now we're down to 12,000 per turn, and unfortunately, we are out of armaments for this turn, so this is what we're going to keep. Next turn, we'll do either the Missile Infantry or the War Machines. We probably won't have enough to do both, depending, but we'll certainly get in there. Lovely. Alright, Total War. Fantastic. Now it's time to move stuff around. Zhatan, you can start the day off. Let's see, Al-Haik, you have been taken at tier 5. We can move you to either Phyrus or to Kofir. It doesn't really matter because we're going to trade them all. Let's go Phyrus, I guess. And then on to Martek, perhaps. This is all going to go to the Awakened. And then Zandri and the Cracked Land, even though it is a pretty cracked province, it is still probably going to go to our Coordinate allies. Oh, we should also probably get to this on, let's say, maybe the Infernal Castellan. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. Let's do that and then raise. No. Although, 1,000, eh? It's not horrible, considering we only get 5,000 per turn now. It's not horrible. You know, maybe raise it, and if these guys don't take it, we'll have somebody else take it for us. Are you able to return to your own territory? Yes, you are, Zhatan. Fantastic. You can go right here to the edge of the territory and then raise Martek, and then we'll possibly use you to occupy it. Next up, we'll have Overseer Thunderscale go to... Oh, he can't reach El Calabad? You gotta be kidding me. And that's a shame. Alright, well, either way, you're gonna occupy the Black Tower of Arcan, and then I guess you are gonna go right there as soon as he does. Colonize his tower, and then we'll build some basic stuff there as well, because we'll be trading it away. Alright, and let's just do, I don't know, defenses. Once again, whatever's one turn is fine. It doesn't really matter all that much. Probably should be careful with the armaments now, actually, so let's just do 2. And, I don't know, an Ash level, and... I don't know, one of these. It doesn't really matter, once again, if it's gonna be traded. Alright, now... Who's up next? Well, there's probably a lot of who's up next. Oh, don't we also have Convoy? Yes, we do have Convoy. Rangnipash, our best convoy. Or at the very least, one of our highly numbered unit convoys. Yeah, alright, we can send you away. And yeah, we could level you up, but honestly, at this point, it doesn't really matter that much either. Let's get to you some more raw materials. We got 102 from here. Anywhere that's distant that can get us raw materials, this is all labor, unfortunately. Yeah, oh, wow. Decent amount of labor, though. Nah, but raw materials is still, I think, the way to go. So let's send you here to Black Crag. It's not a lot of raw materials, but, wow, 348? That's kind of pathetic, to be perfectly honest. Honestly, even the labor isn't all that much. You could go all the way to Kar. Probably not you, though. Your army is decent. I'm not gonna pretend it's not decent. But Kar is dangerous, and I think that might be too dangerous for you. You know what? Let's send you Troll Fjord. Dispatch. Away you go. I'm surprised that they limited the convoys to 4, because at this point in the game, it doesn't feel like enough, though on the other hand, I guess it is less admin not having to deal with convoys constantly, non-stop. Anyway, you have to go to the statues of the gods, so let's march you over there, as close to it as you can. Let's see if Loregiver goes after it. Doesn't matter if he does or doesn't, because everything here will be traded to Tzeentch anyway. Overseer True Eye, I want you to take out Stalker. Oh, I get it, Stalker. Ha 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 ha. Go for it. He's probably gonna run that way, but then Yobaz can catch... Oh, wow, Yobaz can't catch him. Yobaz ran out of movement. Oh, don't tell me we can't catch this guy at all. Oh, no. You can't catch him, and you can't catch him. Wow. Oh, what the heck is up with the movement in this area? Alright, you go back on the road. Damn, this is keeping Yobaz stuck here for way too long. Watch this guy go to the plane of Tuskers now. Can we pop you into March Stance? Oh, we can. Pop you right here. Maybe he'll actually try to attack you because you're in March Stance, who knows. Watch this guy go down here. In fact, if you could kill him, that would actually be real swell. Thanks, Lore Giver. In fact, well, we'll give you Nahwantil afterwards. I just want to move everybody else around. Thrunbaj, you are on the way to continue dealing with all of this stuff back here. There's nothing... Could also go up to Boris Todbringer, perhaps. Alright, we'll think about that in a second. Let's keep doing the order. Troop train is fine. Tordrek Drake Killer. You're supposed to burn down Fyldorf and raise it for that sweet, sweet raw material. Heroic Victory? Okay, now we are going to move you in to support. It's still not worth fighting because it's frankly a pathetic garrison, but, yeah. Well, let's do that. I mean, it's not a horrible garrison. If this was like a full stack major garrison, I'd fight it, but no. Not at this rate. Auto-resolve it. And another Rampager stands by. You guys got way more hurt than you would have actually in the fight. Raise the place, and then can you retake it to heal up immediately? Looks like you can. Alright, and you have a Bale Taurus. Yeah, that's great for you. Colonize it as tower. And though as to whether... Nah, well, we'll probably keep this on. Once again, I like this, like, line of fortresses that we can get through the entire territory of the Empire. It's kind of neat. Her own Maginot line, though hopefully it won't be as easily defeated. Anyway, let's go for a prototype Mega Mortar here. We can also build the... Well, I was going for the military stuff in these new provinces, so patrol routes, and then we'll go for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Basically all military construction in all these fortresses so that anybody who spawns there can immediately recruit. I don't think it's going to be needed, but, you know, who knows? Who knows? Tordrek, you can stay there. I know you're hurt, but you're not so hurt that anybody can actually threaten you. At least nobody who's close by. Would you be able to take Steingart, or do we need to help you? I guess is the question. You will lose... Why do these guys always lose a Gobbo? Ugh, poor Gobbos. Can Overseer Trano jump there? Unfortunately not. Can he March Stance there? No, still no. Okay. Okay, well then where the heck do we send Trano? I guess we can start moving him to Flensburg, so let's move you up here. We gotta get you back to Zufbar together with Thrunbaj later on, but for now, I guess you're fine. Just auto-resolve it anyway. It's only a single hobgob. Ooh. Now raise it first. And, you can take it immediately. Fantastic. I love when that happens. Alright, and we are going to colonize it as... No, wait. We're not going to colonize it as anything. We're keeping it as a ruin. Why did I do that? Alright, yeah, you're fine, you're fine. I'm glad we raised it. We can't heal here, unfortunately. What about in March Stance? Ooh, we heal right there. Alright, beautiful. And you're our weakest little goblin army. We really need to actually build you a better goblin army. I'm gonna have to try to remember that, though whether I will remains to be seen. Anyway, let's continue moving in order, because I'm going to forget otherwise. Gorth the Cruel, you're near to Karak Azul, which you will be fighting in the endgame scenario. Draj. Now, can we take Karak Azul with the Mad Hatter? What do we have in terms of defense? Oh, it's pathetic. Okay, yeah. You can take that, Mad Hatter. Auto-resolve. Barely damaged, and raise the place. Oh, it's only 1,000? It's not much, but nonetheless. Hey, and you can retake it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Colonize it as tower. Alright. And I guess we will also be building up stuff here, but this is actually a province that we'll keep, and potentially a reasonably useful one, so we will build the donation barrel, not just the military stuff. Maybe patrol routes, because we will be fighting the the Clan Angron Dwarfs that spawn here, but we have no more money to build anything else, so we'll just wait for that. Alrighty. Lovely. Oh, I guess we could build a incinerator here, though, because this is all going to need incineration. Alright, you're good now. And then I guess you can actually go this way for a little while. You may want to fight Alistar and prevent him from killing off our allies, I guess, since our allies aren't going to do it for us. You, Overseer Baruch, are supposed to... Wait, you're not supposed to stay with the Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter is together with Overseer Grimtide's son. Well, Grimtide's son, stay here. Oh, what the heck? Oh, this is allied attrition, right. Okay, fine. Up here. And these two have to still move together. Whereas Baruch, I guess, can move to with Draj. Draj, can you reach Fort Saul? You can. Fantastic. You're going to Fort Saul, then. And then we'll see what BELEGAR does. You can, I guess, stay here just to see. Because if BELEGAR jumps down here, we'll have to have somebody be able to reach him. Auto-resolve this garbage little fort. And we are going to raise it to the ground. It's only 1,000, but... Huh. I wonder, are forts capturable as towers or no? Well, mission successful. Well, isn't that just lovely? Oh wait, we actually don't want to capture this, do we? Because if the bastion is anything to go by, the defenses here are kind of garbage. Look at this. Yeah, we're not even gonna bother. And because it'll be too much of a hassle, just leave it as a ruin, and then go into march stance, and then back here into our own territory, into Karakazor. Guess we could have gone here as well, but whatever. I guess it doesn't matter as long as we maintain full HP. Lovely. Okie dokie, is there anything else to do this turn? I'm sure that there is. Astrogoth, are you able to reach anybody? You're near to reaching Boris Todbringer. I wanted to send you up here and possibly to deal with Alberic Sido, but clearly we can't do that. I'm a little bit wary of sending Overseer the Black to raise Krudenwald because, I don't know if it'll be successful. What if Boris Todbringer would march up to Talabaim or not? We could try an ambush. It might be a waste of a turn if it fails, though. Well, try it. It would be nice to actually chase him down. You know what? Let's also send the tech thieves out here and just to act as scouts, because I want to see what's going on in Imperial territory. As in where there are other armies and where we can expect them to attack us next. Kigal, you should be able to auto-resolve it. Yeah, okay, it's basically dead already, so auto-resolve this. He's probably going to run, I would imagine, but probably not far enough. He will at least escape from... Actually, no, he won't. I like how Kigal actually started laughing. Oh, this will kill off a few of our allied units, but I don't think we give a damn. Alright, Terrifying Mask of E that we don't care about. Take the labor. Alright, although... Wait, you're not able to reach us? Nah, you're not. You're fine. You're fine. Kigal, you don't need that Terrifying Mask, because we'll give you other items later on. You can go into an encamp stance here as well. Oh, maybe I should have just march stanced you into Beckhofen. Or... Nah, just go for Beckhofen. You can at least heal to full there. As long as Boris gets taken out, we're fine. Raider Startaker, I was originally going to have you go for Krugenheim, but you know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll pop you right here behind Astrogoth in the hopes that Boris tries to go for you and thereby gets killed. Bait army. Whether it'll work out or not, we shall see, but who knows. Might be nice. If it does, anyway. Raider Namtar, you are... You're not killing stuff here fast enough, or you're not getting to the actual combat fast enough, so just keep moving, but unfortunately I fear that Talaqua will be dead before you get there. Who's up next? Overseer the Black? You have to stay here until we figure out what to do. I would like you to at least get a little bit closer to the Brass Keep, though. You know what? Maybe we put you into ambush stance, put you right in here. I don't see another army, so if you could take Brass Keep without Astrogoth having to interfere, that would be fantastic. You are Overseer the Black, so now we have to find you in here somewhere. True Eye Helldower, that's you. Raider Vargarl, you are looking for... Well, you healed up. And I guess you are going back out to see there's a mysterious island out there, so go for that. Who knows, maybe we'll find another materials at sea somewhere. And you're gonna go this way. Okay, fair enough. Anybody else? Gotta find ourselves a battle, a proper battle, that is. You are going to, I guess, march stance this way. Jump over stuff, maybe you can come in here and take something out. Really depending on when the endgame scenario arrives, because when it arrives, or when the end becomes nigh, we'll have to go for our return to Karazakarak. You're gonna stay here. Barak, we are going to keep you here depending on what Belegar does. Thunderskull, you have already moved. And huh. Wait, weren't you... I could have sworn this guy was unable to reach... Oh, but because we got this place, that increased our movement range, perhaps? Is that what that did? Huh. Because this guy couldn't reach this place before, right? Not crazy. I mean, the two aren't mutually exclusive, but I feel like he couldn't. Well, either way, we're going to auto-resolve it, and we are going to raise it to the ground, and then we're going to retake it with somebody else. And you can return to your own territory, or like... Actually... Nah, yeah, you can return to your own territory. Like so, to heal up. And best that you can, we'll send you to the Great Desert of Erbi after, and then we'll use Kalan Iron Will to grab El Kalabad for us. Fantastic. Once again, all of this territory is being traded away, so I don't actually care about it. That was who? Overseer Thunderskull. Who's up next here? If we can find him. Too many armies, too many armies. That was Barak, Thunderskull, Grimtideson, Hargrimast Outroll, you're where you're supposed to be. Who's up next then? That was it. Alrighty, this is one of our new armies, our Fire Army, which is probably going to help with Karakazorn, be the main army for Karakazorn. Huh, yeah, it doesn't look like any particularly difficult fights in this particular turn available, but that's just fine. We can end the turn, then we can hopefully finally activate that endgame scenario, and in addition to that, maybe get this fight with Astrogoth going. Wouldn't that be fantastic? I'd love to see the now souped up units of Centaur renders, see how they function, especially with that lovely Vanguard deployment. You don't actually give them Vanguard deployment yourself, do you? Word save. Ridiculous. Don't see anything with regards to Vanguard deployment. Okay, so you're fine, you're fine. As in, we're not wasting the point. Skip, hero not moved, building upgrade available. I'm sure there is, but we're not going to do it right now. Damage building, and turn. Assassin. Oh, right. I should have moved you back to... oh, man. Should have moved you back to... Annoy the garrison at Brass Keep, but whatever. Army receives plague, Kigel Skolsons. Where the heck did you get a plague from? Weird. Malekith, what do you want? You want a military alliance now? I'm sure you do, and I have no problem with that. However, if we do this... How will the various Chaos forces feel about us? I feel like we need to get Malekith to fight a few more factions to do this. Counter-offer. Just out of curiosity. 8 and 7, it's not bad. Would you be willing to join a few more wars? For example, Reichland? No. What about for money? Like a crazy amount of money. Now what about Kathik? We mostly just need him to be at war with more factions. Actually, we could do a defensive alliance and give him money for this. I'm not going to do this yet, though, because as soon as we align with him, he'll become weaker, and we don't want that yet. But we will eventually. Alright, Reichland will... it looks like our ambush got foiled because Astrogoth didn't fight, but it's okay. I'm sure we'll find another fight for ourselves. There will be one in there. Looks like a faction got revived. It was 55, then it went up to 56. Come on now. Endgame scenario? Is the end nigh? No, not yet. Okay, well, who the heck? How did you get a plague? Yeah, ambush got foiled. Real unfortunate there. Constructor, creator, master mason, constructor. Yeah, everybody's a constructor and a creator. Fantastic. Technology researched. Great. A free obsidian blade and a free obsidian lodestone. Lots of obsidian. Kalani the Father convoy complete. Lamasu for his convoy. And that's it. I guess it's at 120. Damn. Oh, it's taken a while, and okay, it's just a Nurgle plague. I don't understand where we got this from, because nobody around us has a plague. How the heck did you get it? And he was in our own territory. Irritating. At least it's not a Skaven plague, though. The Skaven plagues are just so annoying and so awful. Where is Boris? Can Astrogoth reach him? No. Wait. Can Overseer Trainer reach him? No. Damn. This guy moved in such a way that nobody can catch him. Well, that's a shame. Also, you don't need this terrifying mask of garbage. Where's the fight? Ooh, Belegar. Can Draj reach him? No, he cannot. He could move out this way. I somehow doubt that Belegar will... oh, wow. Look at that army. Oh, that's just sad. Oh, poor Belegar. I gotta feel bad now. That's awful. Looks like Alistar has landed. He's not at war with Skavenblight, but he can take Miragliano out, most likely. Ooh, Scarbia's gonna go for them, and yeah, we're not at war with Orion, which is kind of a problem. But hopefully the Skaven will retake that territory. Where the heck is there a proper fight? Stalker is still running. Maybe we can catch him now. He's gonna run. Please catch him. And yeah, he'll get close to Loregiver. Can Overseer True Eye reach him? No. I guess we'll have to use Yobaz to do it. Ugh. I say ugh mostly because it takes a lot of our movement. There we go, down he goes. Thank you for the help, Mr. Loregiver. A lovely little allied army. And another Trickster Shard. Makes sense that we get it from Zinj, doesn't it? Alrighty, you keep going here, and hopefully you'll be able to hit Talaqua itself. Overseer True Eye, you're gonna loop around and do the same thing this way. And I'll probably trade a bunch of these territories between the episodes. Raider Namtar, you can move faster via probably jump. Kind of hard to say. Hard to say whether this would be actually further or not. Maybe not. Just march stance this way. Alright, Scaff Stonebeard, I want you to raise this? Wait. How much is it worth? Yeah, raise it. And then we'll reoccupy it. And of course, where the heck are you? Why would you go that way? You came from this way. Oh, game, why do you do this? Let's move this way. At least he didn't get damaged. And then Talaqua should be broken in the next few turns. Raider Vargarl, you're going this way to try to grab that island. Watch Volatile grab it, but there's plenty of islands out here at least. Though it would still be somewhat irritating. Anyway, where the heck is our battle? Where can we find one? I was going to go for more manufactory stuff, but at this rate, we're going to run out of time. And I don't want to just do an admin episode. I want to fight something. Really wanted to catch Boris. I can't believe that ambush didn't work. It was disappointing. Man, we may be forced to do an all-admin episode. I kind of regret not taking one of the fights. I just thought they weren't worth our time. You can't reach Nuln. You... wait. Ooh, wait. We do have a fight. Yes, we do. Okay, you, Tordrek, are going to go to Gristle Valley. We're going to level you up, and then we're going to take you to Gristle Valley. Yeah, okay, so first of all, Thirst for Magic, I guess, is going to be for you, and we also got to level stuff up. So, we have Hellforged Ordnance, and we have Hellish Blows, but we don't have Standard Die, and we don't have Bloodied Bombardment. We want to get probably Thirst for Magic. I mean, yeah, we could get the Vigor Loss reduction for the... oh, wait, they have Perfect Vigor now. Wait, huh? Shouldn't these guys have Perfect Vigor now? Yeah, they do have Perfect Vigor, which means that Voice of Hashut is basically completely worthless. I mean, I guess it does give Perfect Vigor to the to Bull Centaur Renders, but they're not in this army, so yeah. Let's do that. You have Ash Storm, and, well, we use Burning Wrath a lot, so I feel like we should probably get another point in it. Like so. And Ash Storm is also very, very nice. Let me just see here. Ooh. Sorcerer's... no, not Sorcerer's Curse. Careful casting. Now let's get careful casting, even at the cost of a point in Burning Wrath. And this guy really needs to level up. And he's still damaged a little bit, at least on these 2 units of Infernal Guard, which might... he's still gonna win by a horrific margin. Oh well, an expeditious endeavor for you, my friend. And let's get you Mentor, as well as, I guess, 1 point in Spread Corruption. And then same thing for you, looks like you're maxed out, Expeditious and... Wait, what? Oh, you have Spread Corruption max. Let's get your Mentor. I guess you don't need the second speed buff. It will matter not at all. You, go after Gristle Valley. I'm just going to assume Belegar's going to help. He better not run, like cancel the fight. No, he won't. Close victory and medium casualties. Well, it looks like the Death Shriekers get to play a little more. It works for me. Here we go. There we go, I was just waiting for the sound. Alrighty, well, I've said it before, I love combined arms battles, whether it be our allies or whether it be our enemies. So we'll be facing off against the classic friends, the classic alliance, the Dwarfs and the Empire. And we'll once again be testing or continuing to test our Death Shriek rocket artillery, which are still just awful at hitting anything. Have they even hit anything at all? These guys are just sitting there. Ah, there we go. Finally landed a shot on those swordsmen. Alright, you can do better. Come on, maybe land a few shots. And it's kind of funny how the enemy can dodge the shots of the Death Shrieks with barely any movement at all. Like, these guys move just very, very slightly. Maybe if we screw up their formation with the Wrath of Zharr, they won't be able to dodge and we might get a hit in there. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, nearly there. Wow, every single shot missed. Ah, that one slightly clipped a unit. We've done a little bit of damage. Yeah, see, I feel like a single Dreadquake mortar would have done more damage at this point than all of the Death Shriek rockets combined, or Death Shrieker rockets combined. In fact, I don't think it. I'm sure that I know it. But oh well. Once again, they're here just for fun, not because we necessarily have to have them. And hey, there we go. Now that the enemy range units are firing, we can direct our Death Shriekers to specifically target the crossbows while they try to damage our Kadai destroyers. The destroyers are pretty heavily armored, and now they are and shielded as well. So I don't imagine that the enemy units are all that threatening to them. And now, since they can't dodge, we can finally kill them off and watch shots actually connect. Yes, Sigmar. Oh wow, that guy lost his head. And I guess this entire army lost their head in not simply going to the mines to work for us. Although perhaps the fact that they think they'd rather die on the battlefield may be better. Being used as a Chaos Dwarf labor is just a slow, torturous death anyway. Alrighty, well, here we go. The Fireborn are in the fray now, and these inferior infantry are going to get absolutely ripped apart. The Glass Cannon Fireborn do fantastic job at ripping even elite infantry apart, so this will be just hilariously easy for them. Granted, the real battle isn't with the Imperials here, who have barely any units, but rather with the forces of Clan Angrand, who are still approaching us. Belegar is there, and we're going to try our best to target them with our artillery. We'll see if they manage to land any shot. Oh man, must be disheartening to some degree to approach the battlefield. Your stubby legs not able to carry you fast enough while your friends there get absolutely slaughtered and you're unable to help. Alrighty, well, keep retreating. Let's see any hits on... Ah, one of those miners did get hit a few times. Looked like a single miner unit got hit a bunch of times. Good, good, good. actually have managed to damage a unit. Well done to the Death Shriekers, and I mean a unit that isn't just standing still, firing at us, though it looks like a couple are beginning to do so, so perhaps we can damage them further. I also decided to buff up the damage of the Death Shrieker rockets even further by giving them that Flaming Sword of Ruin, in the hopes that they can actually dish out more damage, especially while we have the Ash Storm running. And ooh, I'm going to target them all at Belegar with single shots, and it looks like the single volley does take about 25% HP off of him, which ain't too bad. We can also damage his little minor force by getting those burning rats in, as well as dropping flame and shadow upon them. And the artillery continue to fire. Belegar's dropped to nearly half HP, which ain't horrible, but some of his troops are definitely going to join the fray. Ooh, cleaving a bloody line through those units of Slayers and those units of Miners that the Destroyers are in, and the Fireborn will follow. And the Kadai are just gonna go to town here. The enemy, the poor enemy infantry stand absolutely no chance, but you gotta love watching these guys burninate them and ask them some pointed questions. Anyway, let's see how Belegar is doing. I take it he is still alive, and indeed he is. We are able to take about half of his HP off with the Death Shrieker rockets, which ain't horrible. I'd love to see them in effect against something like the Lizardmen, or something that has a lot of big single entity units, which might have a difficult time dodging, like a few episodes ago when we saw that battle against the against Tic-Tac-Toe, where we were able to use our Hell Cannon batteries to kill off dinos and coatl and whatnot. I'd be curious to see how effective our Death Shriekers would be at the same sort of thing with their single shot. Anyway, I digress, as I tend to do during these battles. How's the enemy army doing? Not so great. That spares about 90% in our favor. Of course, the Slayers will fight to the death. I'd like to think that we, the Chaos Dwarfs, are doing a public service for the regular dwarfs. So many Slayers come seeking their doom, and we provided for them. Shouldn't they be happy about it? Maybe Grimnir should be grateful for what we've done. Anyway, the the enemy army will shatter. Those poor miners had no kind of chance, and our Kadai Destroyer will, by the looks of it, chase down Mr. Ironhammer here. We're going to get a few more shots into those runners with our Death Shriekers, especially now that they can't really dodge those shots. And of course, our Fireborn will also give chase, because they're pretty fantastic at it. And looks like we're going to miss most of these units. I'll actually still hit at least a few of them. Alrighty, but it was just while the enemy were running away. Anyway, I think with that we can speed it up. Don't really need to watch the enemy get chased, as we've done so way too many a time. Look like Belegar has been brought down out here, a little bit away from the rest of his forces. But let's face it, since we've essentially destroyed the faction and they had no ability to build anything other than miners, really, what were they gonna do? And wow, these things almost ran out of ammo as well. 90 kills, oh, you know what, that's not horrible, although 7.5k damage is a little bit light. 143, not bad. Not bad. I wonder how many of those were from runners and how many of those were from the Empire versus the Dwarfs, but hey, at least the Death Shriekers did seem to do something that time. Yeah, Trickster's Helm, not bad at all. I do feel bad, very, very bad for poor Belegar and his little miner army. Oh, it was so inept. It was never going to achieve anything. Anyway, we are going to, I guess, raise the place. I'm almost tempted to occupy, but then who would we trade it to? There's really nobody, is there? I wonder if Dirthu's up there. I mean, we could always occupy and then abandon. I just don't want this guy to move away right now. I'd rather have him take over the last territory here. You know what? Occupy it as a outpost. post for now. We're gonna get rid of it, but just for now. And we could trade it to Durthu, perhaps, though I feel a lot of our allies won't like us giving him gifts, but, well, for now. Anyway, taking away their items, I know, I keep doing that constantly, but once again, I just like to do all the items at once before the end game. It's not like we really need it right now. And yeah, you have Carrick and Norn, so we take Grimhold, we take Gristle Valley, and then we trade them both to Durthu, maybe to try to get him to, I don't know, turn on. Well, we already got him to fight these guys. Gotta get him to do something. Maybe turn on the High Elves, for example. I doubt that he'd turn on his other Wood Elf friends, but that would be hilarious. But anyway, we actually managed to get our battle this time around, so I'm going to call it here. Next time, we will continue this new turn. I'll obviously do the admin between episodes, and we'll spend a little bit more in the way of armaments now on the expensive armaments. So the war machines and the range units and the infantry should be fun, especially as our units will now get more and more powerful, with the exception of the poor gobos. But hey, that's the name of the game. The dwarfs get the superior stuff. Anyway, more Zhatan to come, so stay tuned. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.